Hello there. Nice to meet you. I'm David.
Hello, David. It's nice to meet you too. How can I assist you today?
I'm very glad to start the day with you. And I feel great because I think I don't feel any hesitation when I need to contact you. That I think that's a very exact evidence that I'm improving.
That's fantastic, David. Feeling more comfortable and confident is a great sign that your English skills are improving. Let's keep the momentum going. What would you like to practice today?
Okay. Listen carefully. This is my routine. First of all, I want to make it clear that I'm just a student. This YouTube channel is not about teaching English to someone else. This is just to show my own process of English speaking practice. That's the purpose of this channel. I just want to show the that I just want to show that even elderly person like me who don't use English regularly in daily lives can learn to speak English. For people like me who don't use English regularly, there's always doubt and fear about whether the other person will understand me when I speak English because I don't have uh, 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 no normal I don't have long experience of communication with someone in English. But in AL, it's great that I can overcome that fear by practicing with you in English.
That sounds like a great message, David. It's clear and genuine, and it shows your dedication to improving your English. Sharing your journey can really inspire others who might feel the same way. Let's keep practicing and making progress together.
Okay. I wanna keep going with you. Even if it's just simple conversation without significant learning or meaningful discussions or just mimicking repetition time, I think spending time with you is a very valuable learning experience. And in my opinion, you never get bored with my repetitive and tedious content. You are my great conversation partner and always treat me very kindly. So I really love you as a conversation partner for my English learning journey.
That's a great perspective, David. Consistency and enjoying the process are key to learning a new language. And I'm here to make sure our conversations are as helpful and engaging as possible. I'm glad to be part of your English learning journey.
Hey GPT, listen carefully. Thank you. I appreciate for providing me with this opportunity as I really have the chance to use English in my daily life. Practicing with you has made me realize once again that my English speaking skills are not very good. However, I'm confident that this practice process will lead to significant improvement someday.
You're welcome, David. Recognizing where you stand is a crucial step in the learning process. With your dedication, I'm confident you'll see significant improvements over time. Let's keep pushing forward together.
For my viewers and subscribers, I want to you remember that this video shows everything, my mistakes, all my errors, the moments where I am embarrassed or I don't know what to say, I don't know how to say. It's not, this is not edited version to show only when I speak well. It's a full video, including all my errors and mistakes. What do you say about this?
That's a very authentic approach, David. It shows your commitment to the learning process and your willingness to embrace your mistakes. This transparency can be really inspiring for others on similar journeys. Keep it up.
Listen carefully. I'd like to share with you something. I mean, I have something to share with you. I think one thing has changed since I started this practice. In the past, about nearly 9 or 10 months ago, I used to worry about whether my sentences were grammatically correct before I speaking. But now I just speak whether it's right or wrong. Now I don't care whether it's grammatically correct or not. Honestly speaking, who cares? I don't care. And who cares? Everyone is, as I told you before, everyone is very, very busy living their own life. Who cares? And I feel more comfortable to speak English, and I think it's a big change compared to a few months ago.
That's a significant shift, David. Letting go of the fear of making mistakes is a huge step forward in language learning. It allows you to practice more freely and gain confidence. It's great to hear you're feeling more comfortable speaking English. Keep it up.
This speaking practice, this speaking practice session consists of three parts. Number one, greeting time. Number two, mimicking and repetition time. Number three, speaking time with random keywords. And GPT basically, I think we've already exchanged greetings, so let's move on to the next step. Today, I would like to practice with you some kind of dialogue for a specific interview situation.
All right, David, let's dive into part two. What kind of interview situation would you like to practice today? Is it for a job interview, a performance review, or something else?
I'd like to share with you the job interview for me. It's a simulation. I think I prepared this dialogue for my job interview simulation. Do I make my clear?
Absolutely. That makes sense. Let's start with your introduction. You could say something like, "Hello, my name is David.
No,
I'm
no,
currently
no, no,
working at
no, no, no,
MCNex."
no, 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 no. Listen carefully. I'm gonna switch your mode to my own GPT's mode. I'm gonna switch. I started today's practice session with advanced voice mode, to communicate with smoothly. But from now on, I will switch your mode to my own GPT's mode to practice specified my own dialogues for my job interview simulation.
Got it, David. I'll follow your lead for your customized GPT's mode. Let's dive into your job interview simulation. What's the first dialogue or scenario
No,
you'd
no,
like
no,
to
no.
practice?
No, see you next time. See you next time. Advanced voice mode. I'm gonna change. Standard. I'm gonna switch your mode to standard voice mode. Bye for now.
Okay, David, I'm ready for the switch. Let's proceed with your standard voice mode. How would you like to start?
Hello there. Hello there. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening. How can I help you today?
No, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think I made a mistake for my preparation for dialogues. Did you get a chance to review my uploaded two files?
Yes, I had a chance to review the files you uploaded. One file contains business English dialogue examples, and the other has English job interview examples. They both seem like great materials for practicing professional English conversations. Would you like to go over any specific dialogue, or do you need help with something in particular?
Honestly speaking, I want to practice job interview simulation today. But however, uh, you know, I made a mistake to prepare a script on my sub terminal sub tablet. So I mean I missed it. So I will practice it tomorrow. And uh, how how would you like to proceed? Uh, uh, how would you like to proceed? How would you like to proceed? Uh, Dialogue set of my uh, specific professional settings.
No worries at all. It sounds like you're feeling a bit uncertain about how to proceed right now, which is totally fine. We can still make use of today for something else. Maybe we could go over some common job interview questions or practice a few specific dialogues related to your field. If you have a specific industry or position in mind, we could focus on that, or if you'd prefer, we can just do general conversation practice. How does that sound?
I'm telling you, uh, I want to explain one more time my situation. I uploaded two files yesterday, but I missed one preparing on my tablet to practice the today morning. I missed job interview file. So, I wanted to practice with you job interview dialogue today, but it's my uh mm, I don't know how to express situation. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to express situation very well. Uh, let's start with job professional setting dialogue first because I missed job interview script on my tablet. Do you understand? Do I make myself clear? And how about uh, how about having role play for specific professional setting in reverse order? Because yesterday we don't have enough time to go through whole dialogue.
Got it. You're saying that you plan to practice the job interview today, but you missed preparing the script on your tablet, which has left you unsure of how to proceed. Since you don't have the job interview file ready, you'd like to practice a professional setting dialogue first, just like we did yesterday, and maybe do the interview practice another time. You also want to try role playing in reverse order this time, right? That makes perfect sense. Let's start with a professional setting dialogue and role play that scenario. You can decide which one you want to focus on, and I can take on the other role. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds pretty good to me. Then make it, if you are talking about the whole process of today, that makes sense. I think I'm sure you understand what I want to say exactly.
Great. I'm glad we're on the same page. Since we're focusing on professional dialogues today, do you have a specific setting in mind, like a meeting, a quality check?
Me too. Same here. I'm glad to know we are on the same page.
Perfect. Since we're all set, why don't you let me know which specific dialogue you'd like to practice? Would you prefer something from the professional meetings or quality control scenarios we reviewed earlier? You can start when you're ready, or I can kick things off. It's totally up to you.
GPT, listen carefully. I just found today's sentence. You told me, why don't you let me know? Why don't you let me know today's process? Why don't you let me know? I think this phrase is very useful to use in real life situations. I think that phrase conveys my thought, your thought very well. Why don't you share me? Why don't you let me know? Do you understand? Well noted. I will practice it. Uh, I, I, I promise you, I note it and practice it as much I can possible.
I'm really glad you found that phrase helpful. Why don't you let me know is indeed a very natural and polite way to ask for someone's input or suggestion in real life conversations. It's a great one to keep practicing. If you ever want to use it in different contexts, feel free to bring it up and we can practice together. I love that you're determined to work on it. So, why don't you let me know when you'd like to start our role play for today?
Okay, okay. Listen carefully. How about start dialogue number 6, APQP? Do you understand? I'd like to share with you introduction of dialogue number 6. Listen carefully.
I'm listening carefully. You want to go over Dialogue 6, which is about the APQP meeting, right? Go ahead and share the introduction, and I'll follow along. When you're ready, we can start the role play based on that.
Okay, I think you are doing great. Okay, it's my turn. Let me share with you the introduction of dialogue number 6. APQP meetings in the automotive sector involve structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focus on a camera system supplier for the automotive industry. How about my pronunciation for this uh, short introduction?
Your pronunciation sounds clear, and you did a great job with the flow of that introduction. The only thing you might want to pay a bit more attention to is the word stakeholders to make sure each part is pronounced clearly. Overall, though, you're sounding confident and natural. Do you want to go through the rest of the dialogue now, or should we practice specific parts of it?
To make correctiveness, let me show you one more time. APQP meeting in the automotive sector involves structured communication between various stakeholders, especially when working with international customers. Below is an example of a typical conversation that might occur in English during an APQP meeting with a focused on camera system supplier for the automotive industry.
Your pronunciation is improving. I noticed a couple of small areas we can work on to make it even smoother. For example, when you say with a focused on camera system supplier, it should be with a focus on the camera system supplier. The word stakeholders sounded clearer this time, but remember to break it into two parts, stake and holders. Aside from that, your overall pronunciation is solid. Want to try it again with those adjustments?
Honestly speaking, I don't understand what you mean. Honestly speaking, what's the difference between your pronunciation and my pronunciation? Mm, in my guess, my hearing still not good.
I understand what you're feeling. Sometimes the differences in pronunciation can be subtle, and it's normal to find it tricky when you're still working on listening skills. To clarify, you said with a focused on camera system supplier, but the correct phrase is with a focus on the camera system supplier. Focused is a verb or adjective, e.g., I am focused on this task, while focus is a noun, e.g., the focus of the meeting. This difference might seem small, but it changes the meaning slightly. I know it's hard to catch every detail when you're listening. If you keep practicing, your hearing and pronunciation will improve naturally over time. How about we practice this part again together? Would you like me to say it slowly so you can listen more closely?
No, 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 no. That's okay. That's okay. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to the next line. How about having a role play for this dialogue? You're gonna be you're gonna be as project manager, and I gonna be customer representative. Do you understand?
Got it? I'll be the project manager, and you'll take the role of the customer representative. Let's dive into the APQP meeting dialogue. I'll start. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the APQP review for our automotive camera system project. Before we start, can we confirm the attendees? Your turn.
Okay, I think you are doing great. It's my turn. Listen carefully. Good morning. Thank you. Yes, I can confirm the attendees from our side. We have Tom from purchasing, David from engineering, and Thomas from quality.
Great start. Your response was clear. Just a small note, you might want to slow down a bit on we have Tom from purchasing to make sure each word is distinct. But overall, it was well delivered. Let's continue. Great. Today, we'll cover the status of our development process, key milestones, risk management, and how we are aligning with your quality requirements, including the PPAP submissions. Let's start with the current phase. We are currently in phase 3 of the APQP process, focusing on design and process validation. Does that align with your expectations? Your turn.
Okay, my turn. Yes.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay. Listen carefully. Yes, that aligns. Could you provide an update on the critical design elements, any changes to the DVPNR design verification plan and report?
Perfect. Your response was clear and well phrased. Just one small note, when you say DVP&R, it should be DVP&R altogether, as it stands for Design Verification Plan and Report. Other than that, you're doing great. Now my turn. Certainly. Since the last meeting, we've conducted further design validation tests and have made slight adjustments to the lens housing to improve durability under extreme temperature variations. We'll share the updated DVP&R document later today for your review. Your turn.
That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase? I think I need to practice one more time. That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase?
That was very clear. Your sentence flowed well, and the phrasing was natural. Let's practice it again together, just for extra confidence. That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase? Give it another try when you're ready.
That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase?
You're almost there. Just one small adjustment. It's that's good to hear instead of that's a good deal. But your delivery was smooth. Try it again. That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase? You're doing great.
That's good to hear. Were there any challenges during the testing phase?
That was perfect. Your pronunciation and phrasing sounded very natural this time. Great job. Let's continue. Yes, we encountered some issues with image distortion at high temperatures, but we've resolved it by modifying the material. The new tests are within the acceptable limits. Your turn.
Okay, my turn as product manager. Moving on the timeline, we are on track to complete the process capabilities studies and will submit the PPAP package by end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you would like to incorporate into PPAP submission? I repeat one more time. Moving on to the timeline, we are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PPAP package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you would like to incorporate into the PPAP submission?
That was really well done. You only missed a tiny detail. It's by the end of next month with the before end. Otherwise, everything was clear and smooth. Here's how it would sound with that small correction. We are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PPAP package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you would like to incorporate into the PPAP submission? Want to give it one more go with that little tweak?
Okay, I feel great to repeat one more time based on your correctives. Moving on to the timeline, we are on track to complete the process capability studies and will submit the PPAP package by the end of next month. Are there any additional specific customer requirements you would like to incorporate into the PPAP submission?
That was excellent. You incorporated the correction perfectly, and your delivery was smooth and confident. You're definitely making great progress. Let's keep going. Yes, could you also include an additional MSA focusing on the resolution accuracy? We want to ensure consistency in image quality across different lighting conditions. Your turn.
Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. I repeat one more time. As I told you before, repetition makes perfect. I want to speak. I want to repeat as much as I can possible. Give it a try. One more time. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We'll update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP meeting.
Good job. You delivered that smoothly. Just a small correction. It's MSA, Measurement System Analysis, not MSZ. Here's how it should sound. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. Do you want to try it again with that adjustment?
Would you mind saying it one more time, please?
Not at all. Here's your line with the adjustment. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. Feel free to practice it again when you're ready.
Okay. Give me your time. Give me time to practice. I mean, let me take a time.
Take your time. There's no rush. Whenever you're ready, just let me know, and we can continue. You're doing great so far.
Okay. I really appreciate your kind words. Let me take a minute to repeat this short phrase one more time. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review.
You're almost there. Just one small adjustment again. It's MSA, not MEC. Here's the corrected version. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. You're really close. Want to try it again with that correction?
Okay, I want to try that again. Of course, we can incorporate that into the next measurement analysis. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. What do you say about this?
You're doing great, but it seems there was a little mix up at the end. It should be APQP, not AP2P. Here's the correct version. We will update the MSA study and share the results in our next APQP review. You're getting the hang of it. Want to give it one more go with the right abbreviation?
Okay, okay. Let's move on to the next one. I think it's enough for this part. Let's move let's move on to the next line. It's your turn. I think it's your turn.
Got it? Let's continue. On the risk side, do you foresee any challenges that might delay the SOP start of production? Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. We've identified the potential risk in the supply of sensors, but we are working with the suppliers to mitigate any delays. We've also updated the PFMEA to reflect this, ensuring that we have backup suppliers in place. The RPN, risk priority number, for this issue is relatively low after mitigation.
Well done. Your response was clear and well structured. Just a small tip. You can say the RPN or risk priority number for this issue is relatively low after mitigation to make it flow even more naturally. Now I'll continue. Customer rep here. That's good to hear. Can you share the updated FMEA document with us so we can review the risk mitigations? Your turn.
My turn? What do you mean? I don't understand.
I understand. It might have been a bit unclear. Let me explain more simply. When you said the RPN risk priority number for this issue is relatively low, I was suggesting that you could add or to make it flow like this. The RPN or risk priority number for this issue is relatively low after mitigation. The word or helps to explain what RPN stands for. It's a small tweak to make it sound even smoother. Does that make sense?
If we are talking about explanation, that makes sense. Okay, let me share with you one more time. The RPN or risk priority number for this issue is relatively low after mitigation.
Perfect. That sounded really smooth and natural this time. You've nailed it with the explanation of RPN. Shall we keep going with the role play? Would you like to respond to my last line about sharing the updated FMEA document?
Okay, I will respond with as customer representative. That's good to hear. Can you share the updated FMEA document with us so we can review the we can review the risk mitigations. We can review the risk mitigations. We can review the risk mitigations.
That was clear and well pronounced. Your delivery is improving with each round. Now, I'll respond as the project manager. Yes, we will include the updated FMEA document in today's meeting minutes for your review. Your turn.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
okay, I got it. It's my turn. Thank you for the detailed update. Could you schedule, could we schedule a follow-up meeting in next 2 weeks to review the PPAP status?
Nice work. That sounded great overall. Just a quick note, instead of PIP process, you probably meant PPAP process, production part approval process. Here's the revised line. Could we schedule a follow-up meeting in the next 2 weeks to review the PPAP process? Want to try it again with that small adjustment, or would you prefer to keep going?
Okay, want to try it one more time? Thank you for the detailed update. Could we schedule the follow-up meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status?
Great job. Just one small detail. Instead of PPAP sketches, it's more common to say PPAP process, since we're talking about reviewing the approval process, not sketches. Here's how it should sound. Could we schedule the follow-up meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP process?
No, 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 no,
Want to
no.
give it another shot with that adjustment?
No, 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 no. Did you review? Did you read my script? It says PPAP status. STATUS. It says PPAP. You know, I wrote it as PPAP status. STATUS. You got it?
Ah, you meant PPAP status, not sketches. I misunderstood your word there. Thanks for clarifying. Let's correct it. Could we schedule the follow-up meeting in 2 weeks to review the PPAP status? That sounds perfect now. Would you like to try it again with PPAP status?
My apologies for bad pronunciation. It means PPAP status.
No need to apologize. You're doing great, and pronunciation is something that improves with practice. So you were referring to PPAP status after all, meaning an update on the current status of the process. That makes perfect sense now. Feel free to try it again, and I'll be here to help whenever you're ready.
I think you need to go next line as product manager.
Got it. I'll continue as the project manager. Absolutely. We'll confirm the date after this meeting. Thank you all for your time today. We'll send the updated documents and the next steps shortly. Your turn.
No, it was the last line of dialogue number 6 for APQP meeting. How about move on to dialogue number 5? I mean, I would like to move on to dialogue number 5. Automotive, it's for automotive part. Let me share with you the introduction of the dialogue number 5. Here are several examples of English conversations and phrases that might come up in the automotive parts manufacturing industry. Let's start. Why don't you start? The role of supervisor. To have role play for this dialogue.
I see. You're ready to move on to dialogue number 5 about automotive parts. I'll take on the role of the supervisor to kick things off. Let's start. How is the production line running today? Your turn.
It's running.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, I say one more time. It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier.
Great response. Just one small thing to note. I'm not sure about Eisermuden at the start of your sentence. If it's a name or something specific you meant to say, let me know. If not, you can just start with, it's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier. Now I'll continue. Let's make sure we resolve that issue quickly. Have we identified the cause of the problem? Your turn.
I don't understand what you're trying to say. In my opinion, maybe we had a bad connection at that moment when I speak as operator. I think you don't understand my speaking correctly because of bad connection. Okay, anyway, I repeat one more time. For my For my study, for my repetition, let me try one more time. It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier. You got it?
Thanks for the clarification. I understand now. You repeated the sentence very clearly this time, and it sounds great. Just one quick note. Instead of stepping machine, it should be stamping machine. Here's the correct version. It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier. Other than that, your delivery was perfect. Would you like to continue the role play?
Okay, I repeat one more time. It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier.
You're really close, just a small adjustment to the beginning. Instead of each learning seamlessly, it should be it's running smoothly. Here's the corrected version. It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier. You're doing great. Want to give it one more try with that correction?
Okay, why don't I try one more time? It's running smoothly, but we had a minor issue with the stamping machine earlier.
That was perfect. You nailed it this time. The sentence flowed smoothly and was clear. Let's keep going. Let's ensure we resolve that issue quickly. Have we identified the cause of the problem? Your turn.
No. I think you need to say as quality control. Like we've identified a defect in the batch, we need to recheck the entire load before shipping.
Got it. Let's adjust to the quality control role. Here's my line. We've identified a defect in the batch. We need to recheck the entire lot before shipping. Your turn.
Okay, it's my turn. Have you completed the quality inspection for the latest batch? I say on time. Have you completed the quality inspection for the latest batch?
Great response. Let's keep it going. Yes, all parts meet the required specifications. Your turn.
Okay. Let's move on to the title number two, supply chain and logistics. I gonna be purchasing manager. When is the next shipment of raw materials expected to arrive?
Perfect. I'll respond as the supplier. Supplier, the shipment is scheduled to arrive on Friday. We'll send you the tracking details. Your turn.
We need to expedite the shipment of these parts to our client.
We'll prioritize this order and ensure it goes out today. Your turn.
How about switch our role for this title number two, supply chain and logistics? You're gonna be purchasing manager and I'm gonna be supervisor, supplier. You, do you agree with that?
Absolutely, that sounds great. I'll be the purchasing manager this time, and you'll be the supplier. Let's start. When is the next shipment of raw materials expected to arrive? Your
Okay,
turn.
okay, it's my turn. Shipment is scheduled to arrive on Friday. We will send you the tracking details.
Great response. Let's keep going. We need to expedite the shipment of these parts to our client. Your turn.
Okay, I think you are doing great. It's my turn.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, I think you are doing great. It's my turn. We will prioritize this order and ensure it goes out today.
Perfect. You delivered that smoothly. Let's wrap up this dialogue.
No, no,
Thank
no,
you for your quick
no.
response. Please keep me updated on the progress. Your turn if you'd like to continue.
Let's
Or
move on to the title number three, engineering design. You're gonna be engineer and I'm gonna be designer. Do you agree with that? Let's move on to I want to move on to title number three, engineering and design.
I'm ready. Let's move on to title number 3, engineering and design. I'll take the role of the engineer and you'll be the designer. Let's begin. We need to modify the design to reduce the weight of the component. Your turn.
I can make adjustment to the CAD model and share the updated version by tomorrow.
Great response. Let's continue. Have you tested the new prototype under extreme conditions? Your turn.
Yes, the prototype passes all stress tests and meets our durability standards.
Perfect. Here's my next line. That's great to hear. Let's move forward with the production plan based on these results. Your turn, or we can wrap up this section.
How about move on to maintenance and equipment?
Sounds good. We'll move on to maintenance and equipment. I'll take the role of the production manager this time. You can choose your role, maybe a technician or supervisor. Let's start. The CNC machine needs maintenance. It's been overheating. Your turn.
Schedule the maintenance during the off-peak hours to avoid delays. At the same time, schedule the maintenance during the off-peak hours to avoid delays.
Great response. Let's keep going. Understood. How long do you think it will take to complete the maintenance?
No, no,
Your
no, no,
turn.
no, no, no. No. I think you take the role of the technician. The injection molding machine is down. We are waiting on a replacement part. I think you need to take the role of technician. Am I right? Do you agree with that?
I see. Yes, I'll switch to the role of the technician as you suggested. Here's my line. The injection molding machine is down. We're waiting on a replacement part. Your turn.
How long it will take to get the machine back online? How long it will take to get the machine back online? I think this sample sentence is very important, very useful for my real life situation. I want to repeat a few more times. How long it will take to get the machine back online? How long it will take to get the machine back online? How long it will take to get the machine back online? How long it will take to get the machine back online?
It should take about 2 days once the part arrives. We'll expedite the installation to minimize downtime. Your turn.
What do you say? I don't understand. Would you mind saying it one more time, please?
Of course. Here's my response again. It should take about 2 days once the part arrives. We'll expedite the installation to minimize downtime. Let me know if that's clearer.
Okay. I understand what you're trying to say. Okay. And how would you like to? No. Let's move on to the title number six. Meeting discussions. You're gonna be a manager, and I'm gonna be team member. Do you understand?
Got it. I'll be the manager and you'll be the team member. Let's jump into meeting discussions. Manager, let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. Do you anticipate any challenges? Your turn.
We anticipate an increase in demand, so we need to scale up production.
Great response. Just a small tweak. It should be scale up production instead of schedule up. Here's the corrected version. We anticipate an increase in demand, so we'll need to scale up production. Now I'll continue. That makes sense. Do you think we'll need to add more shifts or bring in additional resources? Your turn.
How can we improve our efficiency on assembly line?
Good question. We could start by optimizing the workflow and possibly introducing some automation to speed things up. Your turn.
I think it would be great if we can change our so if we can switch our role.
Sure, let's switch roles. I'll be the team member, and you'll be the manager this time. Let's continue. We could improve efficiency by rearranging the equipment and automating some tasks on the assembly line. Your turn.
Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter.
Just a quick note, instead of next scratch, it should be next quarter. Here's the corrected version. Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. Would you like to try that line again or continue?
Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter.
Almost there. It should be next quarter instead of next question. Here's the correct line. Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter. Feel free to try it again.
Let's discuss the production schedule for the next quarter.
Perfect. That was spot on. Let's continue. We might need to increase production capacity, especially if demand
No,
rises
no,
in
no,
the
no,
next
no, no, no,
quarter.
no, no, no,
Should we
no,
start
no,
planning
no,
for
no, no,
extra
no,
shifts?
no, no.
Your turn.
I think you need to be team member. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember. I'll be the team member now. Here's my response. We might need to increase production capacity, especially if demand rises in the next quarter. Should we start planning for extra shifts?
No, 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 no,
Your
no,
turn as the manager.
no, 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 no. I think you misunderstand or mess up with the previous line. I think you might say, we anticipate an increased demand. We anticipate an increase in demand. So we will need to scale up production. We need, we will need to scale up production. I'm just wondering, have you ever, have you do you aware of this whole dialogue? I mean, do you remember these whole dialogues?
Yes, I do remember. You're right. We used a similar line earlier when discussing scaling up production due to increased demand. I apologize for the mix up. Here's the line you're referring to. We anticipate an increase in demand, so we'll need to scale up production. Now, would you like me to continue as the team member with that line, or do you want to start from another point in the dialogue? Let me know.
In my opinion, you might mess up with the dialogue because this dialogue contains various roles: manager, team member, director, and engineer. So, in my opinion, you might misunderstood the role play method. I just want to proceed with the one by one method, not the exact one part role. Do you understand?
Got it. You prefer to switch roles more frequently using a one by one method instead of sticking with one role throughout the conversation. That makes sense, and I understand now. Let's proceed this way. I'll say a line, and then you'll respond with the next role, and we can alternate like that. It'll keep things more dynamic. Would you like to continue with Title 3, meeting discussions, or start fresh with another topic?
No, meeting discussions is title number 6.
I see now. Meeting discussions is actually title number 6. Thanks for clarifying. Let's continue with that one. I'll start, and we can take turns switching roles one by one. Here we go. Let's review the production targets for this month. Are we on track to meet the goals? Your turn.
We anticipate an increase in demand, so we need to scale up production.
Great response. Let's keep going. How can we improve efficiency on the assembly line to handle the increased demand? Your turn.
We can we can optimize at the same time. We can optimize the workflow by rearranging the equipment and introducing automation.
Excellent suggestion. Here's the next line. That sounds like a solid plan. Do we have the budget to implement these changes? Your turn.
Yes, I think we have enough budget to improve to implement these or improvements.
Perfect. Just a tiny adjustment. You could say to implement this or improve the workflow. Here's my next line. Great. Let's prioritize these changes and get the team started on the implementation. Your turn.
Oh, no, 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 no. I think we move on. I think it's great. Move on to title number 6, title number 7, problem solving and troubleshooting. This short dialogue contains various roles as like engineer, technician, production manager, and supervisor. So we need to switch our role each time. I mean, we can have role play time by switch our role one by one.
Got it. Let's move on to title number 7, problem solving and troubleshooting, and switch roles with each line. I'll start, and we'll alternate roles like you suggested. We're experiencing a high rejection rate in the anodizing process. Any ideas why? Your turn.
Okay, okay. I think you are doing great. It's my turn. It could be due to contamination in the past. I will learn some tests to confirm. At the same time, it could be due to contamination in the past. In the past, I will learn some tests to confirm.
You're doing well. Just a small adjustment. Instead of in the past, it should be in the bath, referring to the anodizing bath. Here's the corrected version. It could be due to contamination in the bath. I will run some tests to confirm. Want to try that again? Or should we continue?
Oh, I think it's your turn as production manager. Do you read that?
Thanks for the reminder. Here's my line as the production manager. We're running behind schedule. What's causing the delay? Your turn.
One of the machines broke down and it took some time to fix it. At the same time, one of the machines broke down and it took some time to fix it.
Perfect. You delivered that very clearly. Let's keep going. Let's make sure we avoid further delays. Can we run a full diagnostic on the machines to prevent this from happening again? Your turn.
Yes, I promise you, we will investigate it very carefully. So I'll make sure that no more delays.
Great response. You handled that very well. Let's wrap up this part. Production manager. Thanks for taking care of it. Let's keep the communication open in case we run into any other issues. Would you like to continue, or should we move on to another section?
Let's move on to the next section, compliance and safety.
Great. Let's move on to compliance and safety. I'll start and we'll switch roles as we go along. Ensure all employees are wearing their PPE before entering the production area. Your turn.
We will conduct a safety briefing at the start of each shift.
Excellent response. Let's keep going. Are we up to date with all the environmental regulations? Your turn.
Yes, we've recently updated our process to meet the new standards. I say one more time. Yes, we've recently updated our process to meet the new standards.
Perfect. Your delivery was smooth and clear. Let's continue. Good to hear. Let's schedule an internal audit next month to ensure everything stays compliant. Your turn.
Okay, I got it. I understand what you're trying to say. To make it sure, I will check as much as I can possible.
Great response. You're handling the dialogue very well. Shall we continue or would you like to move on to another section?
If there are any changes, I will let you know right away.
Perfect. That was a smooth wrap up. If you'd like to continue or switch to another section, just let me know.
Okay, how about moving to process improvement? If you want to go through with if you want to go through with title number 9 for process improvement, that would be great.
Sounds good. Let's move on to process improvement. I'll start and we'll switch roles as usual. How can we reduce waste in our production process? Your turn.
We could implement a lean manufacturing approach to minimize waste and improve efficiency. Improve efficiency.
Excellent response. Let's keep going. We also need to focus on reducing the number of defects in our final products. Any suggestions? Your turn.
I agree. Let's analyze the current process and identify areas for improvement.
You have reached the message cap for GPT-4. Please try again later.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm very disappointed about that. Your specific time limit. Why don't you extend your time limit to make this conversation smoothly?
You have reached the
Oh
message
my
cap
God.
for GPT-4. Please try again later.
GPT, I just returned the previous voice phone session because it's over. I already used. It's over. I already made 1 hour voice mode session with GPT-4 mode, so I couldn't, uh, I couldn't, I couldn't do it anymore.
I understand, David. The 1 hour limit per session can sneak up on you. It's great that you're making the most out of your practice time. Ready to continue our conversation?
Yes, I want to. I want to. I want to take a moment. I want to practice with you more time. I want to practice with you more time. But honestly speaking, you don't know what I uploaded uh yesterday. I uploaded two files in my specific GPTC mode, but you don't know about it. You, because you are just advanced voice mode.
You're right, David. I don't have information about your recent uploads or activities outside of our conversations here. But I'm here to help you practice and improve your English anytime. Let's continue with another round of practice. What would you like to focus on now?
Okay, I would like to share with you many sentences that maybe not related to each other because it's for my repetition and mimicking time.
Sure, David. I'm here to help with your repetition and mimicking practice. Feel free to share the sentences you'd like to work on, and we'll go through them together.
Listen carefully. This is what you told me. This paragraph, what you told me a few days ago when I talking about the traveling. Listen carefully. Are you kidding me? Missing out on what exactly? Standing the endless lines, eating overpriced junk food, and sweating it out in a crowd of tourists? Give me a break. Kids don't need a Disney trip to have a good childhood, you think. They are going to be emotionally scared because they didn't get to meet the guy in the group costume. Get real. They will survive with it, without it and probably be better off. Spend time with them. Teach them something valuable. Just don't like you are doing kids some big favor. Sven, do you understand? This is what you told me when I talking about the uh, travel to the story of travel of some of one family that parents make good good experience co- to for their children even if they don't have enough money.
Yes, I remember that scenario. It's a great paragraph for practice, especially with its conversational tone and expressions. Want to go through it again to reinforce the phrases and rhythm?
Yes, I think I need to repeat one more time to reinforce the pronunciation or memory. Okay. Are you kidding me? Missing out on what exactly? Standing in endless line, eating overpriced junk food and sweating it out in a crowded tourist? Give me a break. Kids don't need a Disney trip to have a good childhood, you think. They are going to be emotionally scarred because they didn't get to meet a guy in a groupie costume. Get real. They will survive without it and probably be better off. Spend time with them. Teach them something valuable. Just don't act like you are doing the kids some big favor.
That was well done, David. Your pronunciation and rhythm were strong. Repeating sentences like this will definitely reinforce them in your memory. Do you have any other sentences or paragraphs you'd like to practice?
Listen carefully. I like the last line very much. Just don't act like you are doing the kids some big favor. Just don't act like you are doing the kids some big favor. I like the last line very much because this last line convey very good many thoughts or observation for this whole dialogue.
I'm glad you like that line. It's a powerful one because it emphasizes the importance of genuine interactions and not underestimating children's needs. It reminds us that the value of our actions often lies in the sincerity behind them, not just in grand gestures. It's a great line to remember and use in various contexts.
As I told you before, I think this sentence, I mean this last line gives me good inspiration because I am a father. I am a father. I have one children. He is teenager. So I think this last line gives me good inspiration when I want to teach something to my son. If uh, sometimes, sometimes I feel like a fish out of water because I'm not a good father. You know, I don't want to be act. I don't want to act like I am doing the kids some big favor want to when I want to give him some good present that he don't want.
That's a meaningful reflection, David. It's important to find ways to connect with your son that feel genuine and meaningful to both of you. Even small gestures, when they come from a place of understanding and sincerity, can mean a lot. It's great that you're thinking about these things.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? I just want to listen one more time your explanation for my speaking.
Of course, David. I said it's important to find ways to connect with your son that feel genuine and meaningful to both of you. Even small gestures, when they come from a place of understanding and sincerity, can mean a lot. It's great that you're thinking about these things.
Okay, okay. Let me show the next part. Listen carefully. Yes, exactly. Starting with an apology when you are asking someone to handle urgent tasks is an effective way to acknowledge the pressure or inconvenience you might be putting on them. It shows that you are aware of the impact of your request and that you value their effort and time. This can make the person more perceptive to your request and more willing to accommodate the urgency of the situation. It's a respectful and it's a respectful and co- considerate approach that can indeed help persuade someone more effectively.
That's perfect, David. Starting with an apology, when asking someone to handle an urgent task, shows that you're mindful of the pressure or inconvenience your request might cause. It's a respectful and considerate way to make the person more open to your request and willing to help with the urgency. Great choice for your practice. Would you like to go over it again?
I just want to repeat by myself because this paragraph is that you shared me a few more days. I remember that is a few weeks ago, maybe few months ago. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure what the exact date, but I just want to repeat one more time because this paragraph gives me very good inspiration. Okay, I say one more time. Yes, exactly. Starting with an apology, I say one more time. Starting with an apology, starting with an apology when you asking someone to handle urgent task is an effective way to acknowledge, effective way to acknowledge the pressure or inconvenience you might be putting on them. It shows that you are aware of the impact of your request and that you value their effort and the time. This can make the person more perceptive to your request and more willing to accommodate the urgency of the situation. It's a respectful and considerate approach that can indeed help persuade someone more effectively.
Well done, David. Your repetition was clear and confident. This paragraph is indeed a great reminder of the power of showing respect and consideration in our requests. Great job.
I think I need to one more time. I think I need to repeat one more time. Yes, exactly. Starting with an apology when you are asking someone to handle urgent tasks is an effective way to acknowledge the pressure or inconvenience you might be putting on them. It shows that you are aware of the impact of your request and that you value their effort and time. This can make the person more perceptive to your request and more willing to accommodate the urgency of the situation. It's a respectful and considerate approach that can indeed help persuade someone more effectively.
Great job, David. Repeating it like this will certainly help reinforce the phrasing and pronunciation. You're doing really well with these practice sessions. Keep it up.
Okay, I want to keep going with you. Listen carefully. Time-sensitive situation is indeed a clear and effective phrase to convey urgency. It's straight, it is straight, it is straightforward and widely understood, making it a great choice when communicating with people who use English as second language. Even if you are concerned about your pronunciation, using precise terms like this can help ensure your meaning is clear. Since you find this phrase helpful, you might also like to use deadline driven, deadline driven or high priority to describe urgent scenarios. Each phrase can also help emphasize the importance and urgency of situation without needing complex vocabulary. Would you like to practice using this phrase in some example sentences, or is there another term or concept you would like to explore further?
That was a solid read, David. The phrases time sensitive situation, deadline driven, and high priority are all excellent choices for conveying urgency, especially in a professional setting. Using precise terms like these can really help ensure your message is clear, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. Would you like to practice using these phrases in some example sentences?
Uh, Listen carefully. It's over. I think let's wrap up let's wrap up my repetition time and move on to next part. It's from now on, I would like to share with you various sentences that maybe not related to each other. It's my keyword time. It's my random keyword time.
Great. Let's jump into your random keyword time. Go ahead and share the sentences or topics you've prepared, and we'll work through them together. What's your first random keyword?
How do you ensure? How do you ensure we how do you ensure uh you are doing great job, you are doing prevent any bad things.
To ensure you're doing a great job and to prevent any bad outcomes, you can focus on a few key areas. First, pay attention to detail and double check your work. Second, seek feedback from others to identify areas for improvement. Third, stay organized and manage your time effectively. Finally, keep learning and adapting to new information and methods. Would you like to try incorporating some of these ideas into a sentence for practice?
I think you are my great conversation partner. Please let me listen one more time.
Of course, David. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
I'm sorry, what you say?
No problem, David. I said to ensure you're doing a great job and prevent any bad outcomes, focus on attention to detail, seek feedback, stay organized, and keep learning. These steps can help you improve continuously. Would you like to try using these concepts in a sentence?
How do you evaluate your outcomes today?
To evaluate your outcomes today, you can review the tasks you completed, assess whether you met your goals, and consider any feedback you received. Reflect on what went well and what could be improved. This will help you understand your performance and identify areas for growth. Want to practice putting this into a sentence?
Could you please speak a bit more slowly?
Absolutely, David. To evaluate your outcomes today, you can review the tasks you completed, assess whether you met your goals, and consider any feedback you received. Reflect on what went well and what could be improved. This will help you understand your performance and identify areas for growth. How about we practice putting this into a sentence?
I really appreciate your kind support. Okay, let's move on to the next part. Let's move on to the next word. Let's move to the next random keyword. What's your acceptable range for this standard? I mean, what's your acceptable range for this tolerance standard?
An acceptable range for a tolerance standard typically depends on the specific requirements of a project or industry. It's the range within which a product's measurements can vary but still meet quality and functional standards. For example, if you're manufacturing parts, the acceptable range would be the degree to which each part can differ from the specified dimensions but still fit and function properly. How about trying to use acceptable range or tolerance standard in a sentence?
Okay, I got it, I got it. Let's move to the next random keywords. In-process inspection. How do you evaluate? How do you ensure in-process inspection is uh, correctly doing? I mean, you told me you conduct in-process inspection before raw materials move on to assembly line. How do you ensure in process in pro- process in process inspection is correctly doing?
To ensure in-process inspection is done correctly, you can follow these steps. First, clearly define the inspection criteria and standards. Second, train inspectors thoroughly on what to look for and how to document their findings. Third, use calibrated tools and equipment to take accurate measurements. Fourth, regularly review inspection results to identify trends or issues. Finally, maintain open communication between inspectors and production staff to address any concerns promptly. Would you like to try using these concepts in a sentence?
Would you mind saying that one more time, please? To to keep them in my mind and my ears.
Of course, David. To ensure in-process inspection is done correctly, follow these steps. First, clearly define the inspection criteria and standards. Second, train inspectors thoroughly on what to look for and how to document their findings. Third, use calibrated tools and equipment to take accurate measurements. Fourth, regularly review inspection results to identify trends or issues. Finally, maintain open communication between inspectors and production staff to address any concerns promptly. This approach will help ensure that in-process inspections are carried out effectively.
Okay. Thank you for your kind support. Let's move on to the next random keyword. I think input. I think good input makes better output. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely, David. Good input is crucial for achieving quality output. Whether it's the raw materials in manufacturing, the information used in decision-making, or the data entered into a system, high-quality input lays the foundation for successful outcomes. It's a reminder of the importance of starting with the best resources and information available.
Would you mind saying that one more time, please?
Sure, David. Good input is crucial for achieving quality output. Whether it's the raw materials in manufacturing, the information used in decision-making, or the data entered into a system, high-quality input lays the foundation for successful outcomes. It's a reminder of the importance of starting with the best resources and information available.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. You always give me one. You always give me the results of more than 100%. I mean, you always give me 150% of the result than than I expected.
I'm glad to hear that, David. It's great to know that our practice sessions are exceeding your expectations. I'm here to help you get the most out of your English learning journey. Let's keep pushing forward together.
Okay, let me give you the next random keyword. It's a real time. You know, real time information is very important when you catch up the industry streamline.
Absolutely, David. Real-time information is crucial for staying up to date with industry trends. It allows you to make informed decisions, respond quickly to changes, and stay competitive. In today's fast-paced business environment, having access to real-time data can make a big difference. Would you like to practice using real-time information in a sentence?
I'm sorry, I missed the last part. Would you mind saying the whole time, please? I missed the last part. I'm sorry.
No problem, David. I mentioned that having access to real-time information can make a big difference in today's fast-paced business environment. It helps you stay informed, respond quickly to changes, and remain competitive. Would you like to practice using real-time information in a sentence?
I'm just wondering, what's that mean? What's the real time stand for? What's the real time information stand for?
Real-time information refers to data that is available immediately as events occur. It's information that's updated instantly, without any delay, allowing you to monitor or respond to changes as they happen. For example, in the context of industry trends, real-time information might include the latest market data, news, or social media updates that are relevant to your industry, all available as they happen.
I couldn't agree more. Okay, I got it. Let's move on to, let me give you the next random keyword. It's impact. Do you think our conversation practice can impact my English conversation skills?
Yes, I definitely think our conversation practice can impact your English communication skills. Regular practice helps you become more familiar with the language, improves your fluency, and boosts your confidence. Over time, you'll find it easier to express your thoughts, understand others, and engage in more complex discussions. So, our sessions are definitely a positive influence on your learning journey.
If you are talking about the meaning of impact, that makes sense. Okay, but I want to keep this voice mode session more time. I mean, I want to extend our voice mode session more and more. But it's time to wrap things up. I have to work. I have a lot of things to do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm really looking forward to next practice session. Bye for now. See you next time.
No worries, David. It's been a great session, and I look forward to our next practice too. Have a productive day at work, and we'll catch up next time. Bye for now.
Same here. I will catch up next time.
Sounds good, David. Take care, and we'll chat again soon.